now got another single to go off by Kill the Lights. Their first single that came out, The Faceless, was a very heavy, aggressive song with a great pre-song lead interlude that sounded amazing. It had a great solo. There was loads of gain, heaviness, fast riffs, and aggressive sounds. Some melodic vocals as well as harsh vocals, not screaming vocals, just kind of yelling. And as well as after the second chorus, the bridge, you got a bit of actual screams. So a lot of high energy, and that was kind of great to hear from the band, seeing that people are kind of just saying this is just a band that's just another Bullet band because this is the drummer. Even though, from what has been said, he hasn't really written the songs or given anything to them, it's the guitarist who's doing it. But everyone's saying it's the drummer and he's the one contributing everything, although he isn't. So we'll go with what the people say because as society is, the herd is always right, even when you prove them wrong. But anyways, so yeah, I can't remember what I gave the first track, if it was an 8 or something, because it was a great track with two great leads and everything. I loved the riffs that were done. The vocals, even though the yelling I was a bit kind of iffy with, I kind of got used to it, and then the chorus was nice. So now we're in for another song. So how are they going to follow? Is it going to be more of the same? Is it going to be something different, something a bit more kind of bigger with more structure to the song? Or are they going to go proper screamo? So let's give this a listen and see what they're going to do. Oh, crying out loud. It's not good. So, bloody hell. So, the song is 3 minutes 9 seconds, so barely 3 minutes. So, very, very bland, very basic in the way of structure. You have the band coming in off the gates with the intro, then it just gets into the verse, then a chorus, then a verse, then a chorus, solo, then chorus, and that's it. Typical of all lazy ass bands. Nothing unique, nothing special. What about tone? Well, tone-wise, it's still kind of the same as their previous song. Not that it was anything specially unique at all. But we have something which is kind of in the line of just what Bullet was. Which is basically the verse is just a mix of the odd word being screamed, maybe 2 words, then a lot of that kind of angry singing, not exactly harsh singing that he did in The Faceless, just a mix between the melody and the harshness is where his kind of singing voice is. But then the verse, it's kind of broke up between, I'll say 2 words as an actual scream, then I'll do some sort of aggressive vocals, then I'll do another 2-word scream, then I'll go back to the aggressive vocals, then the aggressive screams, then I'll go to a chorus which is just kind of open, kind of chords, and they're quite bland, nothing special with the voice. It's not doing any kind of amazing soars, anything really catchy, great beats. It's just a very bland, chord-based, slow, open chorus. Nothing special to it. And as for the verse, yeah, it's heavy, but it's not got that kind of lead interlude. There's none of that. It's basically just that's the verse, and that is it. The verse, even though it's kind of high gain and everything, and it sounds quite technical, I'm getting the kind of feel that it's actually not as cool as it seems to be. I kind of think it's quite basic. They just shove a lot of gain in there to kind of make people think it's heavy, that's all that's needed. But it's kind of a trick. There's actually not much to it. If you strip out the gain, it would actually be a pretty bland, boring riff that they are doing here. So that's disappointing. As for the vocals, it is kind of like Scream Aim and Fire. Now, I like Scream Aim and Fire, but the thing with that is, with the kind of screams that they did mixed with Matt's voice, Matt has a high register, which is a nice kind of balance between the screaming. This guy is basically just, when he goes to singing, it actually takes a second or two to actually process that he's gone out of the scream into singing because he's using such aggression in his vocal delivery. So he'll scream two words and then you still think he's going. But then it's just like your brain then processes, no, wait a minute, he is kind of singing. It's just very kind of nasally, gnarly, and growly. So it's just kind of like a mess and just a big pile of thick, aggressive vocals. There's no break at all or anything. If it was like the screams and then some kind of big anthemic, melodic sounding voice, it would be better. But it's basically just really heavy, aggressive guitar playing and drumming, mixed with very brutal screams, then very brutal, gnarly, growly vocals. Which I know a lot of people will go, well, that's it, heavy, brilliant, but it's just like, don't you think that's a bit too much of one thing? Where's the balance here? And people may argue, well, the chorus is the balance, but then, as I said, the chorus is extremely bland, dull, boring. The chorus is just typical chords, just strum it out, that's it. And then a vocal delivery which is not really pushing any type of limit or any kind of uniqueness. It's just singing for the sake of singing because he is a singer and he wants some money. That is it. So the chorus is extremely bland and crap and doesn't go to any kind of high soaring register, which it definitely has to off of such an aggressive verse, which is just muddy as all balls. But yeah, then the second verse comes in and it is just exactly the same. They don't change the song. You've got the verse, the chorus, and that is it. You have heard the whole bloody song. You just have to hear the verse for a second time and the chorus for another two times. They have a solo. Now, in the Faceless, I liked the lead interlude. I like the actual solo. So what about this solo? It starts with a repetitive pattern, then it's just kind of speed and that's it. It is extremely lazy, not being anything unique, not changing kind of styles and paces, making it have variety. He's just gone in. Okay, I'm gonna just do this kind of repetitive pattern. Just yeah, here we go. The solos come in, then just go and then be over with, and people will adore it because people are thick, and that's all they ask for. Fact is, that is probably what people are going to think. They'll probably say, wow, that was fast. What a great solo, even though it was about 5 seconds and nothing else. It was abysmal. It's an atrocious solo. It is extremely lazy. It's extremely pathetic. And he is basically insulting the audience's intelligence because he believes that is all people will need and he will be able to get away with it. And the truth is, he probably will. Because people are just kind of that thick. As for people with a bit more intelligence, people who did actually understand why they like Scream and Fire instead of telling the band, you need to scream, that is what's missing in the later albums. But the people who actually listen to Scream and Fire and say, no, there was great diversity between the songs. There was great melody with the vocals. They had good aggression, but they didn't overuse it with the screams. They had good solos. They had two people doing the solos. They had the slow songs and the heavy songs. There was a lot of structure within the song. The song would keep kind of changing pace. After your kind of second chorus, they would kind of do something a bit different in that song. People who like that and are thinking this is going to be Kill the Light doing the old school Bullet, them intelligent people are going to see that's not the case. It's just very, very lazy what the dumb fans want when they say we want just heavy aggression, speed, but nothing else. We don't care for great songwriting and great structures. We don't care for great diversity. We don't care for solos that show a lot of variety and skill. We just want one thing, and that's just heavy to headbang to. We don't even care if the lyrics are singing about Jar Jar Binks. We don't give any notice. We just want to headbang and smoke a lot of crack and everything. And yeah, that's as far as our brain process will take us. If that is the way you are, then congratulations, you have it in spades with this. It is just heavy for the sake of heavy, nothing special going on in the slightest at all, nothing at all. The vocal delivery for the verse is absolutely atrocious, especially when it's tied in with aggressive screams. It's too much of one thing. And then the chorus is just bland, and the solo is absolutely lazy and bare bone basic. Even though his speed is great, the speed is fast, but just because he can kind of go blah, blah does not mean he is now the greatest legend of guitar and he can achieve anything, because all I've seen is one little thing and he couldn't even do much with the one little thing. His shred wasn't exactly versatile, was it? So this is pretty dreadful. Really, really bad, extremely lazy, just a cop out for money, I think. No real attention or skill being put in or thought process. I would give this song a 4. It's kind of below average. It's just very bland. Nothing much to it. Quite insulting, I think. So it would be a 4 or a 5. It's just average, nothing unique. You just, if you listen to it, it'd be like, yeah, whatever, but you don't really care, but it's listenable. Average to below average. That is as good as they can do with this one. And now I'm very, very worried, because the Faithless was kind of alright, but this kind of really sucks. So I'm expecting the album's just going to be meh, and I'm not going to really care or really want to listen to it. But if it's on, it'll be, yeah, I can handle it. But I won't be interested, and I'm not particularly wanting to listen to it. So if you, as I say, if you're a person who wants a lot in their metal, a lot of variety, lots of skill, lots of showmanship and variety, you're seriously not getting that. If all you want is something extremely basic where you can headbang to and smoke crack, then here you go. This is all there is. So that's it from me, unfortunately. So I would say what they need to do to improve on this, but I think I've already made myself clear. They need way more versatility in the musicianship, as well as the structure and pacing of the song, as well as how the beat and everything flows. They need more diversity in the vocals and everything. You need to kind of break up that aggression, because you were just hammering it in like crazy. So that is what you need to do, basically. And then from there, you'll still need to work on things. That is just basically where to get to. This is pretty good. Then we can work on getting to great. At the minute, this is just crap. So thanks for watching, guys. And I know a lot of people will probably not be happy with this, because people love Bullet and people are just fine with heavy head banging. And if that's all the song can give you, that is all they need. So I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate, but honestly, this is exactly the way it is. So don't really care, and I am entitled to my opinion. And again, if you like it, fair enough. You have every right to like it if you want. Like I have every right to not like it. So that's it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.